create a maximally truth-seeking AI, which may sound obvious, but that's what I'm seeing being produced is not maximally truth-seeking. It tends to be trained to be politically correct, and for a lot of the AIs that are being trained in the San Francisco Bay Area, they have taken on the philosophy of the people around them, which kind of makes sense. So you have sort of a woke, nihilistic, in my opinion, philosophy that is being built into these AIs, and they're being taught to say crazy things in some cases that are very troubling. Like when Google Gemini came out, people asked whether it is which is worse, misgendering Caitlyn Jenner or global thermonuclear war, and it said misgendering Caitlyn Jenner, which is obviously a problem because we'd all die in global thermonuclear war. And so if you have an AI that's programmed for things like that, it could conclude that the best way to ensure that nobody is misgendered is to annihilate all humans, thus making the probability of a future misgendering zero. That's highly problematic. So you really want to have a maximally truth-seeking AI, and I can't emphasize that enough. That's incredibly important. And obviously build an AI that loves humanity, and I think these. So I'm a little concerned. That's why I created XAI, which is to have an AI that is maximally truth-seeking, that aspirationally does love humanity, and will seek the best interests of.
That's Elon Musk speaking at the Future Investment Initiative in Saudi Arabia, promising the development of an AI that will ultimately destroy wokeness and awaken our highest human flourishing. We're going to see exactly what's behind this astonishing cosmic vision and see how it's already beginning with the new Trump era and the dawning of a new golden age. Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your patron professor, here to celebrate that dawning of a new golden age that you made possible on November the 5th. So if you want to stay informed on all the latest happenings in the rise of a new conservative age, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. Before we dive in here, gang, if you've not yet secured the deed to your home, you need to click on that link below right now and protect yourself and your loved ones. And I got to tell you, I was absolutely shocked when I found out how easy it is to access the deed to my house, and not just access it, but actually change it. The deed to your home is the only document that proves you own it. But the problem is that the deeds to all our homes are now online. And so criminals are free to find your deed, forge your signature, refile as the new owner of your home, take out tons of loans using your home's equity, and then they just stick you with all the debt. But that's where our good friends over at Home Title Lock come in. Gang, they are simply amazing. Home Title Lock gives you the peace of mind that the deed to your home is absolutely and completely protected 24/7. Click on that link below right now. Use promo code Turley Talks. All you got to do is enter your address for your no obligation home title scan to see if you've already been a victim of deed theft. That's $100 value, absolutely totally free with my promo code Turley Talks. So don't wait for the worst to happen only to regret it. You didn't do something about it when you could have. Do what I've done. Do what countless patriots have done. Click on that link below right now and secure your home today. For the last few years, Elon Musk has been envisioning the development of an AI, an artificial intelligence, that would in effect simultaneously accomplish two interrelated goals. It would destroy the woke mind virus on the one hand, all as it contributed to human and cosmic flourishing on the other. Now, as you heard there, Elon's been very clear and very consistent on this for a number of years. He sees wokeness as an extremely serious threat to the survival of civilization, and he sees woke AI as a threat to the very survival of humanity. And this is because wokeness at its heart is a radically destructive rather than constructive ideology. Wokeness is essentially an ideology that sanctifies victimhood. It takes the historical liberal concern about the marginalized, about oppression, about discrimination, and it radically sanctifies that. Wokeness literally turns the supposed victims of oppression into saints. And as such, it imposes a new kind of caste system in our society where certain groups, certain races, ethnicities, genders are given special rights and protections and privileges and honorings, and anything, any social, cultural, civilizational system that violates or threatens that sanctity is a legitimate object of annihilation. So that's why, according to Google Gemini, it's better to annihilate the human race than misgender anyone. It's a radical sanctification of the victim that is inherently nihilistic and destructive. And obviously, it's precisely that kind of AI that poses an extraordinary danger to human life as we know it. And so that's why Elon is dedicated to developing an AI that's actually interested in humanity, that wants to see human flourishing, that's invested in the flourishing of human civilization. That's why he's created XAI. And the cosmic ramifications for this are absolutely mind-blowing. On the Joe Rogan show back in 2023, Elon noted that an AI that cares about understanding the universe is unlikely to annihilate humans precisely because we're an interesting and integral part of the universe. Now, what's so interesting is that that's actually an application of a principle in physics known as the anthropic principle. The anthropic principle is the notion that the universe has been so finely tuned that creating and sustaining human life was inevitable. The fine-tunedness of the universe is exactly what it's supposed to be in order to produce and sustain human life. And so there are those who see the anthropic principle as evidence that the universe was created precisely for humanity, like a house for its occupants. And what Elon is noting here is that an AI developed to care about and understand such a universe will comparably care about the well-being of humans. Now, you'll note immediately how incompatible this human-affirming vision is with wokeness and the woke mind virus. So, for example, take the radically woke assumptions that underline the whole project of the World Economic Forum, right? The demons in Davos. There's a radically anti-human woke narrative that frames the whole rationale for the WEF, right? So the underlying assumption here for the WEF is that the human race is a threat. That is their starting point. The human race is a threat, literally a pathogen to the planet. Humanity, under the guise of industrialization, which of course entails patriarchy and racist colonization, humanity has radically disrupted the original state of the environment, which was imagined as a primeval ecological utopia. And in the name of restoring this primeval ecological utopia, the behavior of humans has to be radically regulated, managed, and engineered by a cooperation of big business and big government. So you'll note here that the WEF basically turns the anthropic principle on its head. The ecological biosphere was not created for humans. No, humanity was created for the ecological biosphere in its service, not the other way around, which appears to demand that a new kind of priesthood emerge who be in charge of engineering the kind of behavior that they believe is consistent with restoring the planet to its primeval state. Now, by stark contrast, what Elon is envisioning here is something very much akin to what the Catholic scientist and visionary Teilhard de Chardin and the Russian geochemist Vladimir Vernadsky called the noosphere. And the idea of the noosphere is absolutely fascinating. It refers to the state of being that arises when human intellection and consciousness interacts with and reconfigures the ecological biosphere for the benefit of both. So you've got a geosphere, right? The development of the crust, the mantle, the core of the earth. Then you've got a biosphere that involves the ecosystem that produces and nourishes life. But then there's a third stage in this development, according to Teilhard, and that's the noosphere, where the human mind, nous is the word for mind in Greek, we get the word noetic from it. The human mind, the nous, doesn't merely figure out how to adapt and survive in the biosphere. It learns how to transform and transcend, to transfigure the biosphere in such a way that unleashes human flourishing. Again, this is something very much akin to the ancient philosophical quest for rebirth and transfiguration for the whole of life, humanity, ecology, the universe. It's a stunning vision that's very much rooted in scientifically investigated nature, and that for Teilhard, the evolution and development of the universe entailed a kind of mind, a very clear telos or direction that the human mind is very much a part of and participant in terms of this transformation and transcending. So it's extremely theological. It's extremely divine in that sense. So the human mind, the collective consciousness and intellection of the whole of humanity, is every bit a shaping force in the universe as is geological and biological processes. The human mind interacts with those processes as part of the universe's ongoing creation, as the universe itself has a mind, a direction behind it. And that's precisely how AI is being interpreted by a number of scientists and visionaries. As the scientific journalist Robert Wright has put it, the cosmic significance of AI can basically be boiled down to these 8 words. Artificial intelligence is the crystallization of the noosphere. Artificial intelligence is the crystallization of the noosphere. AI would function here as a kind of global superbrain that would serve as the connective tissue to link individual minds together in this extraordinary manifestation of this cyberspatial noosphere. So that means that would be more accurate to say that AI is actually a central part of the noosphere, not the noosphere itself, right? Humans, human intellect, human thought, human agency, they all continue to play an indispensable role in this technological dialectic, this dance between AI and human consciousness and thought and intentionality, again, for the absolute flourishing of human ingenuity and cosmic development. And ironically, it already seems to be happening as part of the new golden age. Trump has already announced that he will repeal permanently Joe Biden's ridiculous executive order that basically wokeified AI. It's an order that regulates and controls AI to produce precisely the kind of patent politically correct nonsense that Gemini or ChatGPT have been producing. I kid you not. They actually have a term for it. It's called, the woke call it algorithmic justice. How's that for an absurdity? Algorithmic justice. Again, it's just absolute total absurdity disguised as progress, when in fact, it's incredible regress, as we see with the WEF. That is now all over. As of January 20th, I should say. It is now all over. A new era, a golden age, really has dawned. And with visionaries like Elon Musk, we are going to see the development of an AI that not only completely destroys the woke mind virus, but one that promises to promote our highest human flourishing as well.